With that, yeah.
Okay, good.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Chris. She was concerned about the background music and everything. I don't know how anybody would do live TV. That's got to be miserable. This is. We might flub everything up. Oh, yeah.
I've done that too.
We're here today at Edward Health and Fitness Center, Naperville, Illinois. We're here with Executive Director. See, there's one. I don't. I'm going to have to. We're here today at Edward Health and Fitness Center, Naperville, Illinois. I'm here with Peg Campana, the Executive Director, and we're going to talk about a real important part of our program on seniors is water arthritis. Now, at Edward, it is a hospital-based program, correct?
Yes, it is, Kevin. The water arthritis class that we have here is basically a referral, but also members and non-members. We get a lot of referrals from our doctors that will have patients that may need to get in and do some muscle strengthening, work on their joints. And as you can see behind us, this is a very full class. We have about 20 to 24 classes a week with water arthritis. It's not only a social atmosphere, but obviously they're working, and some of these people have to come to this class to basically get up in the morning and be able to walk and be able to get through the day. It's a real important part of their own day.
So one big advantage of the water arthritis program is obviously the therapeutic benefit of the water. It's a little warmer, correct?
Right. This is a therapeutic pool, and as you show some of the participants in the class, you'll see that we do have a railing along the side of it, and the water is actually 91 degrees, which is obviously a little bit warmer for lap swimmers. We don't have lap swimmers in here, but the warm water is very gentle on the muscles and the joints, and they are doing stretching exercises to loosen up their muscles and try and recuperate, the muscle and the joints.
So this isn't a program like some big stair aerobic program. It's basically someone where a base beginner can come in, and especially people who specifically have arthritis problems. Now, would it be good for someone to see their doctor before they enter into this, or?
We would like anyone to see their doctor, especially because they have limitations. We do have restrictions, and like I said, we do have members and non-members that come in and participate. Any member of the club that would participate in this class, we already know what their restrictions are because we do an exercise screening questionnaire on them. But when we have a non-member come in, we do ask them to fill out some restriction. Actually, it's a form that tells us, where is their joint problems? Where do they have problems with their muscles? Do they have any pre-existing conditions that might limit them in the class? Of course, the instructor wants to know that. And one of the things about this particular class is our instructor actually has arthritis. And like I said a little bit before, she participates and knows and feels the same things that some of the participants do.
So that's obviously the big benefit of being hospital-based.
Oh, most definitely. We have the resources of the doctors. If there was someone that may need a little more attention, we can go to the doctors and say, we have a client that has this particular condition. How will we, remedy this? Not that we're trying to be doctors, but it's so nice to have the resources, definitely, and referrals. I think it's great for the community because Edward Hospital wants to go out and try and get to the community and basically, set up this whole facility, and this is just one aspect of our programming.
Great, and actually, let's go to see what everybody's doing in the pool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was wonderful.
Thanks.
I think you've got Joe Ferreira.
Oh, do I?
And remember, the whole basis of what we're doing is we want people to know they can do things, get out of the house, no matter what, come heck or high water. And in fact, all I'll do is I'll ask your name. In fact, I'll turn this way so we can see your pretty face on TV. You're from Naperville?
I'm from Naperville.
Okay. Ready?
Right.
Okay. Can I ask your name?
Anita?
Anita, and you're from the Naperville area?
Yes, I am.
Now, what got you started? What got you out of the house and got you over here for the arthritis program?
Well, I was transferred here from Ohio with my company, and I knew I needed to do something because I do have rheumatoid arthritis, and I needed to meet new people, and I needed to be with people who have the same disease that I do, and this is wonderful. I come here year-round.
Now, do you find that it does help to come a couple of times a week and loosen everything up?
It really does, and it also allows you to sleep real well, which is a real problem with arthritics, is sleeping, so you have a really good relaxing night, at least those 2 nights.
So how many days a week do you come?
Tuesday and Thursday nights.
And really just a couple of days a week, and you actually get your increased range of motion, correct?
Right, and it helps you from freezing up, and it allows you to do things that you can't do. And it also gives you a lot of good camaraderie too, you know?
Well, I can see there's really a rough bunch of ladies here tonight, so...
Oh, we love each other. We really do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
She works at the library.
Ask is really, what do you do here? Why are you here? What got you off the couch? Okay. Ready?
I've been in this.
Let me ask your name first. Okay.
Marge Brown.
And you're from the Naperville area.
That's right.
Now, what got you started in water arthritis?
I've been in an exercise class in water for many years back at the old Y. And actually, I sort of followed Gudrun and her class here. And I like the water exercise. I like the... it's less effort on bones and joints.
And you find that the warmth of the water helps quite a bit?
Yes, it does, but water is very buoyant, and there isn't any exercise that you cannot do in water.
So, and actually, you also get the benefit of the resistance of the water.
Yeah. There's very few hurts or aches with it for anyone, and I think it's very pleasant. It's nice in any kind of weather.
So wait a minute, I haven't found any of the dirt on your instructor here. She doesn't go around and dunk people or anything like that?
No, we don't dunk.
No? No dunking at all?
And you don't have to swim. A lot of us do, but you don't have to swim.
What's your favorite? Upper body or leg exercises? What do you really
I like
like?
whole body exercise because I think in the long run that makes you feel more limber.
Great, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on over. What's your name?
Gloria B.
Gloria? And all we'll do is I'll ask your name and I'll ask you a couple questions. And you can face this way. So you can come on back over here so you don't sink. Okay, can I ask your name, please?
Gloria Bean.
Gloria, how did you get started in water aerobics, or actually water arthritis?
My physician recommended it because of my arthritis. Plus, I saw it in the local Naperville paper.
But how long have you been doing the program?
A year.
And you see a lot of difference, or did she just put you up to it?
No, I see a lot of difference. There's a lot of things I can do in the water that I couldn't do on my living room floor or something with the stretching and bending. And
Now, does doing all this program here in the water, does it help you when you're at home?
oh yes, oh yeah.
So you found your range of motion a little better?
Much better, much better. I mean, you can button your own dress now, and
That helps quite a bit. And what about strength? Does it help your strength a little bit?
yes, as far as like opening a jar or something, I don't have to run to my husband all the time.
So you're saying there's no way we're going to drag you out of this course and put you with the weightlifters, huh?
Right. No way, no way. I let my son go over there, and
You know what I think? I think if the weightlifters tried this, you wouldn't be able to get them out of here either.
wonderful. It's relaxing. A lot of stress reduction, I think, too.
Yeah, you say stress reduction, I hear a lot of activity. You guys are pretty wild.
Well, our mouths exercise a lot, too. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay. This should be good.
I took the form with me home the last night I was there. So you forget, you know, and you want to take every dime.
Be careful what you say, it will be on recorded now. And
So,
all right.
so when I came back, I thought, oh, holy moly. So I called, to see if they were full
Link
yet.
both
She
arms
said no.
up here. Both arms up here. And watch me and down with ya. morning. Now make a fist here in the water. Fist. And you stretch your fingers. Make it again a fist. Stretch, especially in the morning, the fingers are stiff. And then move it in the warm water. Right? Now, let's play piano here in the water. We have some nice Strauss music here. Up and down in the water. One finger and the thumb after the other. Right? Okay, now for the wrist. I just touch every joint and they see what you can do with every joint here. In the water, in the warm water. And the water has to be 83 and higher. The warmer the back for us. The other direction in the wrist. Okay, Gloria, move here in the wrist, and down. Right. Shake out here, always relax under the water. Up and down. Just letting the water flow. Up and down. Now, here we have slip stroke. Like swimming here, turn to the side and all the way to back. Okay. Back here. Especially when you sit the whole day and you need this here. Back, shoulder, and back, and back. Push the water away. Gives you resistance and just makes your muscles stronger, gives you a better tonus. Right? And relax. Oh, you're all lined up like the flower girls here. There's no man. The man will last. All right, let's do the swim stroke here. And keep your stomach muscles in. Forward. And reach here. That's good for your shoulders. And forward. And forward. Forward. Stretch. Now let's try if you can do it backwards. It's more difficult. Okay, back and slow. Back. 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 Right. Okay. Now, for those who are new, you take your right hand and you bring up your left leg. You try to touch. Can you see it? It's opposite. All right. This here for your lower back and for the hip. But if you just had hip replacement, be careful. Careful, careful. All right. Right hand and left foot. Cross over. One. Boy, the water is coming in warm. One. And nobody can complain. Nice and warm. Nice. One. Here, can you feel it in the lower back and here? Hips. And now, we had a big vacation and no exercise, so let's walk here or jog. Careful if you have bad knees or ankles, just get a good appetite. Afterwards, you can go out. Oh, by the way, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, the 27th, we are going. Now, this is a commercial. Shall we keep it out? I don't know. 27th. Afterwards, we are going to Colonial. And for some ice cream. Ice cream, yes. Because our Lucy, she
want us to
with
sign?
a driver's license. We have to celebrate 70 years, first time. First time a driver's Now we turn around and fight the weights here. This is good for your No wonder we're almost hungry. All right. Go, go, go. Get out of the water. All right. Okay. Now, find your old spot again. It's like
I'd rather have that than a manicure.
And now, take the hands here to the hips. And tuck your stomach, my legs apart. And we bend to the right, to the left. Now, careful again. If you have a slip disc, go back problem. Don't do those things. And keep your stomach in and slow. Right, left. And see, you can see this. Careful, careful. All right. Now we do like the hula hoop. Careful, not in the back, just forward, three sides. Don't make too much in the back. And just do something else there. Just move your feet or your knees. Stretching. It's good to see everybody can join here. You just have to be careful what kind of exercise you can do. All right. Okay. Now, for our shoulders here, we do, it's called water slap here. Bring your shoulder blades together, straight, right ankle, and now, slap. Up here, and it's a rotation in the shoulder. And forward. And again, up here. And down. And up. Down. Up here. And I can hurt you. And just stop. All right. And relax again. Always relax your muscles here. Up and down. Up and down. Now, take the hands here in the back. All right. This is for your back and for your shoulders and for your elbows. And raise your elbows back. And tuck your stomach muscle. And now forward. Peekaboo. It's called peekaboo exercise. And again, forward. And you stretch. Forward. You can feel the pulling in the back. And again, forward. Back. Now our hair will be mixed up, so yes, you have to get used to it. Back. Forward and down. Right. Now, we still want to do something for our hips here and the lower back. Now you take the right elbow and you bring your left knee up to meet in the middle. Can you see this? And now we take the other side. Cross over. Here, this is very nice for your lower back. You feel the pulling here. And And march. Oh, where's march? Your special exercise. And over. And march. And over. And march. You should have brought your bathing suit. I don't know if you could do all those things. Why not? And over. Cross. And down. Okay, here we have a specialist for the knee nose exercise. March, you show your nice knees. Bring up your right knee and try to touch here. Some can bring up their knee to the nose or the nose to the knee. And, okay, she is a specialist there. Yeah.
My nose hasn't grown enough.
Yeah. Nose is not long enough, so the problem. Boy, the life of me, they will look much, huh? And again. Bring it up. I'll get you in Germany. Bring it up. Don't cheat. There. Oh my God, I can't do it. See, you always have to be on TV. Then try hard. Okay, now again here. All right, up here, up to the side, and you turn again and down. This is good for your heart. And again, down. Yeah, reason to celebrate. Down. Gloria got the knee to the nose. We have a reason to celebrate. Down. And again, now you just have to do the right exercise. Then you will be perfect, Gloria. Down. Bring the arms up to the side. And down. Arms up to the side. And down. I hope you censor this program here. And again, down. And all right. Okay. Shake out here your hips and your shoulders. Up and down. Up and down. Now, the water is very high, but we still can do it. It is called skiing. For those people who are new, you are bending your knee and then you move your feet to the side. Gloria, show it to this lady. All right, I'll show it to you. Down, up. This is like warming up with the skiers. You see this always. Move your feet then. Move your feet. Right. Over to the left. Here you have it. Yes. Now, then you can take your arms. You can take your arms in the other direction or the same. This is a warming up for the skiers. It strengthens your legs. Leg muscles. All right. Everybody buckles now. And down. Hey. Now. All right. Where is the here? Stretch here the arm. Tuck your stomach muscles in. Now you can move to the music of Johann Strauss. Johann Strauss. Right. Left. And don't overstretch. And oh. And oh. And down. Right. Now, take the right arm and we stretch up here, the whole side. Stretch up, down. Now we take the left arm. right heel forward to the right, then you bend and you bring your left heel. So it's alternate. Can you see this? But if you have a problem with your feet or with your knees or hip replacement, then be careful. Real gentle. But this is a little bit aerobic here. You take your arms too. It's like cross country. And right, everybody wants to lose weight. So maybe you lose something here. And right, left, right, left, right, left, and down, right, now, hands together here, and tuck your stomach muscle in again, and we push this water away from the left, and bend your knees, your whole body here. Oh, can you feel it here in your hip muscles? And oh, now when will be this show? You don't know it. You let us. There's an awful lot of editing in the show.
It's probably show 1 minute out of the whole paper.
You let us know. You let us know. We are always here.
Probably in about a month.
In a month.
Yeah. We're tired. You know, after watching all this.
You have to work harder. And move. And move. And down. Now. All right. Now let's stand face the wall.
Oh, I supposed to go between you, huh? Yeah, right. We can watch you. We're new. That's right. I got a hunch you make it wet. Oh, okay.
Move the right foot now. Up and down. This is for the ankle here. Especially in summer, you feel this well. So
I do both at the same time.
just exercise.
For double exercise.
And
can stay
up
up.
and down, up and down. And circle the right foot. Circle the right foot here. Do it right here. Now the other direction. The other direction. And we take the left foot. Or you can take both feet. If you want to take both feet, you can do it
The barbells.
up and down. Good thing we have those shoes here. Colorful shoes. Up and down.
I can't
here,
put my
up and
arms
down.
down. So this will be easier.
And you circle there, circle. The other direction.
No, if you can, you might as well.
And down. Right. Now. Stand straight here and let's try the beginning of the session. We always start. Try to tuck your stomach muscles in. Tuck your stomach muscles in and hold pressure. Or pregnant. Go in. Right? Down. And again. Forward. Now we take the left leg, bend and stretch forward, point the toes straight down. And again, toes up, stretch here. Down. This is for your hips, for your knees, for your ankle. And forward. Alright. Now we take a different position for them. Rolling otherwise. Alright. Stay straight here. And shoulder blades back. Tuck your stomach body. Left leg to the side. Hold your neck. I hope you got it in the picture here. And yes. And down. And again, there's a water running. Bring your left leg up. And down. And again. The next. This lady comes to you. And again. Down. And again, side. Alright, let's turn around. Same. Otherwise you get crooked if you only do the one side. Right leg up here, hold it and slowly down. Always keep your stomach muscles in. And shoulder blades back. And up. And again, side. Side. Alright. Now, back to one. Now, I'm moving it over, sorry, 45 minutes. We do the number 8 like a loop with the right leg. Now, careful, if you had a hip replacement, you are not allowed to do this. So, up here and down. It's like the number 8 to the side. You get all the muscles here. Hips. And number 8. Side. Down. Take it up. Down. Up.
I'm moving it as far as it goes to it.
And take the left leg. Alright? Same. Down and don't forget to squeeze. Always squeeze in, squeeze out. And up. And and she said, oh my God, it's all sweet. Wait, nobody will see. Down, up, down, and all right. Now, turn around. I think I come to you because she still needs some signatures of you, so she might go around. All right, hold on the railing, feet on the floor. Okay, you are new here, feet on the floor here. Now you stretch here. The elbows, feet against the wall, feet against the wall. Down. All right, now you pull here with your whole body and push. Pull, like this, on the floor. And push, all right. See? Yes. Good. Can you feel it? It's here for your hips. And always pull your stomach muscles in. Pull it in and out. Right? Now, take the legs apart and we are doing the hula hoop. I show it to you. Legs apart on the floor. Bella, show it to her please. On the floor. Hold on. And now, move your hips right, back, side. This is very good here for your back, side. Feet against the wall. Maybe you get a better choke in. Like this. Over. Stay on the floor. Stay direction. You have to twist now, the other direction. And okay, after 10 years here, you will learn it. Alright! Now, we still have time, 5 more minutes. We take the boards. Huh? Alright, we take some boards. Everybody stays here and we take some boards. And we can show them what we do with boards. So don't leave, please. And we have long ones, we have short ones, and we have big ones. And if you have problems with the fingers, take a short one. Alright. Now I show you what we do. Now pull and push and use your stomach muscles. Use your stomach muscles. And forward. Forward. And smiley, everybody, happy. Okay. Now, up here and down to the side. Stretch here your arms for the elbows, for the shoulders. Feel it in the back here. And side. And side. And side. Side. And down. Now, stretch here. Now your hair gets wet here. Put it in the back. Up here. Forward. This is here for your shoulders, elbows. Down. Did you hear that? Our Anita, Gloria, listen to it. Anita, who volunteers at the Casa Manor, this is a handicapped place where people stay when they have a handicap. And she was chosen after 1 year to be on the board of the Red Guards. So congratulations! Down. Okay, now let's bring it up again. And you get back here. With your right foot. Up. Stretch here. Maybe your back hurts you too much. And down. And down. Down. Alright. Now some of you can take 2 boards and you can show them. When you take 2 boards, then you can float. Can you give me a small board here, please? Alright, now all those exercises we did, you can do with 2 boards or 2 dumbbells. So you can bicycle here, take 2 boards, kick here, very relaxing, or you can do the scissor kick.
You want to have a race?
Yes, or you can sit on a board. Those are all exercises you can do in the free time. See? Or you can bend here, and kick forward. Ooh, careful. Are you a swimmer? Did we lose anybody? Alright. Or you just can kick here on down. Kick, kick, kick. Or for your stomach muscles, for your hips. Alright. Just relax here. Bring your feet up. And go. Get everything. And have a good time. It's like the sit up in the water. Sit up in the water. Right?
We have a good time here.
And for those who can do it, you can sit on the board. This is very good for your knees. You sit on the board, careful. Careful, is there somebody in the back? And now you bicycle here. And it's good for your lower back. And you can even make a race here. But not with me tonight. Okay, try to sit on the board and kick here. Kick. Or you can bring it under your kneecap and you just chase it. Like this. See? Okay, who wants to follow me here? Lots of work here. Lots of work. Keeps your stomach muscles in. And it's good for your lower back here. There comes another class, and this is for the low back. So you have everything here. All right. Now you still have time before the other class starts, and you can walk now, water walking. You can take a board here and bring up your knee here and walk. Very good for your lower back. For your circulation, so you still have time. And thanks for your cooperation here. You are wonderful. Someday you will see yourself on TV. Maybe you will be discovered someday. All right. Bring up your knees and walk now.
I called her. I want to find out how to say happy anniversary.
Sure. Just walk here. Yes. Now.
5% of our funding comes from the ounce of prevention, parents to whom
Semifinals and finals.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of crowd.
Huh?
Not a whole lot of audience.
Yeah, you don't want to stand too much.
No.
Like this next group that goes.
Oh, they're coming?
In a minute or two. After they go, you may want to go down and see the long jump, which is done on the other side.
Okay.
That was great. That was great.
That was
No ball or anything.
That's going to be perfect.
Afterboard. Who won?
They both did, actually. You can do that.
that was
It was incredible.
Are they racing against themselves?
Well, there's different heats. They're racing against time.
Hey, you can narrate some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's a
And they were racing against time, not just the clock, but also father time.
That's great. It's a wrap.
Here we count time not in milliseconds, but in decades.
You know what I thought was really
So that was a semi-heat. So the winner from each one of the semi-heats goes to the finals.
My grandma should be here.
Call her up. We'll drag her out. But people don't know
Very
about this
fierce.
stuff. Even just to watch it, they would love it.
Is the band
This is going to
gonna
be a
play?
big...
Hey, let's not talk about other things. Let's get the natural sound of the audience. Where are we gonna go?
Calibrating stopwatches right now.
Okay, come on.
Timers are getting ready to calibrating stopwatches. No matter what happens here, each man, each woman finishes the race.
Sure. Good. Go grab that guy. That one get up phenomenal. Yellow shorts.
Okay.
Now scoot down like the
Scoot down just here. That's good. Okay.
Come on.
what we talk about. I'll answer questions like, in fact, I'll fumble up 5 times, and luckily this isn't live, so if you want to see something over, we'll do it. That's what's nice about it.
Kevin,
Okay.
why don't we stand with your back? The sun's so bright.
Over here?
See you.
Okay. What's this?
Can you trade places?
Okay.
Sorry for all the complicated. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and all we're gonna do is talk about why you're here, where you're from, and that type of thing. Okay, we're here at the Senior Olympics, and one of the winners of what event was it?
The 50
50-yard dash.
and the 200. I mean the 100.
And the 100-yard dash.
Yes,
What was your
ma'am.
name?
Lee Farmer.
And where are you from, Lee?
I'm from Maywood, Illinois.
So you're a local man.
Yes, I'm local.
Now you started out. You're one of the top contenders in here. Is that true? That's what we saw. You're one of the winners of most of these races.
I suppose that's true.
Now, what was your time for the 100?
14:01 or something like that. I'm not quite sure.
And that's not even your personal best. What's your personal best lately?
Last year I did 13:8.
13:8.
This year I did 13:9.
And 13:9.
13:6. 13:6 was my best this year.
This year?
Yes.
13:6, and that's for a 100-yard dash.
Yes.
And most of the high school
100
track,
meters.
100 meters. Most of the track guys out there are drooling now for those times. And how old are
well,
you, by
they're
the way?
young. I'm 73.
73.
Yes.
73 and doing that in 100 meters. Now, how many events are you going to do over here today?
4. The 3 sprints and the standing long jump.
Now, you were telling me before that it's not like you've been doing this for the last so many years. 50 years, you took a little layoff, right?
A small layoff for about 46 or 47 years.
And then you got back into it.
Yes, I read in the local newspaper that they were having Senior Olympics. At that time it was over at West Chicago High School. And I went over there in 1991 and competed for the first time in 46 or 47 years.
Now, how long before that first time, did you work out a little bit or run?
The first time I didn't work out at all.
You just went over there?
Just went over there.
Pulled on some old shorts?
Yes, and went over there and competed.
Oh my! So in actually the period of 3 years, you've got yourself not only competitive but one of the top men out there.
Yes, since then I've worked at it. I go over to the Y 3 times a week and work out over there.
So actually, you're only working out 3 times a week, right?
That's right.
And in the pace of a couple of years, from 70 to about 73, you've improved every year. That's pretty good.
Yes, well, it's difficult. When you're young, you look forward to improving every year.
Mm-hmm.
When you get older, when you get my age, you don't look forward to improving very much, but you look forward to try to maintain what you have, or if you can't maintain what you have, is to cut the loss down to a minimum.
That makes sense. That's beautiful. And actually, if you look at what you're doing compared to a 30 or 40-year-old, you're mowing down a lot of age groups out there. Right.
I guess I'm competitive
right.
with some lower age groups.
So you're going to stop out next year again? Because we'll stop out next year and see how you're doing.
Yes, I shall be here next year. Yes.
Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's it, Bill.
Woo.
Again.
You know, I think that was your last try.
You're all done.
Yeah. But you know what? The
Jim
form
Walsh,
looks
you're up.
great. It looks good doing it.
Your name?
Right, it was right.
Look at
Oh,
that guy.
I know. He has keys in his pocket.
3 years? 7 feet.
Wait a minute.
run and very receptive. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, and we're here with Mr.
Steve Kunkel.
And what town are you from, Steve?
I'm from Palatine.
Palatine, Illinois, just competing in the standing long jump. Not an easy task for anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
So what's your best jump today?
Well, today my best jump was my first jump, believe it or not. It was 5 feet 11, and then I had another 5'11", then 5'9". I was getting worse, so that's time to quit.
Yeah, but remember, that's almost 6 feet from a standing jump with 2 legs.
Yeah, but when you get that close to the next foot, you want that extra inch, so you can say you jump 6 feet. Because when you jump 5 something, it's 5 something.
I think there was a lot of wind in your face. That's what's slow. It would have been a 7 footer or so.
Yeah, thanks for the thought. You're probably right.
Now you told me a little while ago that at one of the other senior events you actually did a regular running long jump.
Yes, and they had another event in West Chicago, and they have a running broad jump, which means running full speed and then taking off on one leg and doing the best you can, going as far as you can.
Now, how old are you, I got to ask?
I'm 73.
73, how long you been long jumping?
First time in my life.
You're kidding.
A couple of weeks ago, yeah.
You're kidding. Were you working out before that to get ready for it?
No, I went in at the last minute. I seen a guy jumping, and you always get that competitive spirit, and you figure I can do as good as this guy. So
You've done better than jumping away from the wife in the past. That's no problem.
Yeah, right.
Jumping over the couch.
Yeah.
But when they have the long jump out here, do they have different long jumps at different places? You says at the other place you just had the running long jump?
Well, they had it in their program. It was at the same track. They had standing jump and running long jump at the same track. It just over here, excuse me, for some reason not incorporating it.
Now, do you plan on coming back next year for the long jump?
I sure do, yeah.
Do you plan on ever training during the year for it?
Well, yeah, the thing is, when you train, you got to train easy, because if you overtrain and you get injuries in training, then it kills you for when you go into the major events. So.
Exactly right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, ready? Are we both in the frame?
Perfect.
Okay, ready? And three, 2, 1. I'm here now with Vernon.
Yes.
And so what's your last name?
Mitchell.
Okay, ready? And 3, 2, 1. I'm here now with Vernon Mitchell, part of the Jesse White Tumblers. How long have you been with the troupe?
19 years.
Wow, 19 years. How often do you guys perform?
Every day.
What kind of events? Today we're at the Senior Olympics, but what kind of events do you appear at?
Basketball, football, block parties, bar mitzvahs. You know, we have a lot of places that we go.
How many a day do you think you average?
Maybe 8 or 9 a day.
How do you do it? You have all your equipment to bring with you, and
We have like 3 groups. When we have like 12 or more shows, we split up, and half go this one, half do this one, and
How did you get involved with the troupe? Was there an audition process, or did you hear about it?
I got on back. A friend of mine's, got me on the team when I was like 5 years old, and I was trying out. I didn't know nothing about the team. I just be out there just tumbling, and he happened to run across me. He talked to Mr. White, and, he got me on. I tried out, whatever.
What have the advantages been, do you think, for having so much of your time taken up in something like this as opposed to if this wasn't in your life?
Oh, that's
a loaded question, huh? Did you have any idea of what your life might have been like if you didn't have this in your life?
Yeah, sure. You know, I probably have been drug related, gang related, you know, doing all this negative things. But, you know, when I met Jesse, you know, he kind of straightened me out. You got to have good grades. You got to be, you know, and it's like, you know, he's like a father figure to all these guys that you see out here tumbling behind. Well, they gone now. But, you know, and most of them, cause it's a lot of kids here don't have a father, you know, so he's like a fatherly figure to them.
What kind of tumbling do you do? I saw so many neat, real height and a lot of spins, but do you have a specific a talent or thing?
Power tumbling, you know, it's using the muscles, okay, because most of the team members learn by themselves on concrete and bed mattresses, so, you know, it's like normal for them, you know, get that high.
How long will you be with the group? Is there an age limit where you'll no longer be able to be with them?
No, it's not an age limit, you know. We got a guy like Bobby. He's 32, and he's been on for about 22 years or more. And, you know, he's still at it, so I figured, hey, if keeps him in shape, you know, keeps him healthy, so, you know, why not continue to do it?
Do you have any plans or dreams to go somewhere into some other aspect of sports?
I'll probably get into electronics.
Sounds very impressive. Well, very nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, Sam.
Hey, you're great.
No, I don't like getting no TV.
You were great.
Yeah, think about it, really. You got a good presence.
Yeah, you should be like a sportsman.
I'm not a sports person.
Yeah.
I'll stick with the
You're
newspaper.
politically correct.
Good job, though.
That was excellent.
Yeah, that's good. Will you guys be performing for the whole group? In a few minutes, you are?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, good deal. I'll have to
There's
reach
our
out
match.
to you.
They're only about an inch thick.
Let me turn this off. Gotta look in there and they're kind of steady. What was your name? Lisa. Oops. Lisa, what was your last name?
Denny.
Lisa, right?
Yes.
Lisa Denny?
Yes.
All right. Ready?
Make sure that when you turn away like that, the wind really comes through.
On the mic?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll stand a little closer to you if you don't mind, then the wind will block it. Okay, ready? I'm here now with Lisa Denny, another member of the Jesse White Tumblers. How many women are involved with the troupe?
About 12.
Is that a new occurrence? Was it mostly men for a long time?
Yes. Until last year. It's been a year since we joined the team.
Athletically speaking, what have been the advantages of being in this group?
Our skills have gotten better in tumbling.
Do you find the people that you perform with nice? Have they become your friends?
Yes. They're really nice to be around, and they really encourage us.
That's good. Do you have a leader in the group? Tell me about him.
Well, today is Bob. He's a very nice man. He's easy to get along with, and he's a very easy person to talk to if you're having any problems. So he's just like Mr. White.
That's great. Well, we're going to come see you perform now, so good luck, and we'll see you in a few minutes out on the field.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Out to the track, and you just stand there and give them that,
All right. In fact, let me get on this side. Let's get over here. 3, 2, 1. You never know what you're going to find. We've got a couple of gentlemen here that are not only just in the Senior Olympics, but actually you've done a little more athletic events than that in the past, correct?
Yes, I've been in gymnastics.
And what's your name?
Irv Bedard.
And where are you from?
I'm from Wooddale, Illinois.
And what were you involved in before?
Tumbling.
Now, when did that, and what level was that?
National level, world level.
You're kidding?
Yep.
What do you mean world level?
Well, I won the world title 4 times.
In?
Gymnastics and tumbling.
I think we have a ringer in here, ladies and gentlemen.
No, you don't.
What event did you do today?
I did the 50, the 100, and the 400, and the standing long jump.
And the standing long jump. Right. And you obviously work out on a regular basis. About how many times a week?
No, I don't.
You're kidding.
This is the first time I've run, really.
So, what, since last year? Or?
No, I saw it in the paper, and I just thought I'd come out.
Well, you really did well today.
Thanks. I tried.
Now, where did you compete? Out of what school or?
I competed at the what then was Navy Pier, University of Illinois, and then I went down to Champaign, Illinois, for 2 years.
Oh my God!
A lot of years ago.
How many? What year?
I graduated in 1952 after I got out of the Army.
Congratulations! And now you're at it again till next year.
I'm going to try.
Congratulations!
Thank you very much.
And who's your sidekick over here?
I'm Joe Gussick, and we competed about the same time, although I was not in his class event. I was an all-around gymnast.
You also went to the Nationals recently for Senior Olympics,
Yeah,
right?
We were down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and the performances were outstanding.
So there was a big turnout, and a lot of people seemed like they were pretty prepared?
Several thousand. Oh, definitely prepared. World-class athletes there.
Now, you were saying a few minutes ago that actually the level has picked up tremendously from last year.
Well, I room with a couple of nice guys from Louisiana. And the one fellow was in the race walk in Syracuse, and he had a time this year that would have won him a medal in Syracuse. This year he was out of the money.
How do you explain that? Favoritism?
No. It's just that everybody's becoming aware of the competition, and they're getting in there. I mean, it's just outstanding. I competed in badminton there and javelin, and we have a volleyball team here.
And obviously what some of the judges were saying, if this picks up more, they're going to start adding events too.
They very well can, yeah. This has been very nice for Illinois in this area.
Well, gentlemen, I better see you out here next year. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Pleasure
you're
meeting you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Three, two, one. We're here today at the Senior Olympics in Park Ridge, Illinois at Maine South High School. Now this is one of the regional events for Senior Olympics, and they're held all over the country. What?
And when you count down, go.
3, 2, 1. We're here today at the Senior Olympics in Park Ridge, Illinois. And when you look around you, you think that the average age here is between 65 and 70 years old. Actually, it's a little higher than that. And 3, 2, 1. We're here today in Park Ridge, Illinois for the regional Senior Olympics. And the Senior Olympics involve... Let's start again. Last time.
I like the last one where you said the average age.
Okay.
Sounds great. Go ahead.
3, 2, 1. We're here today at the Senior Olympics in Park Ridge, Illinois. And this is a regionals, meaning there's events like this all over the country. And they...
Like this. Okay, ready?
3, 2, 1. We're here today at the Senior Olympics, Park Ridge, Illinois. One of the regionals that get everybody ready for the National Olympics, National Senior Olympics. Average age here, they start off about 55 years old. Average age probably 65 to 70 years old. A lot of the people here are ex-athletes from their long-ago youth, but a lot of the people aren't. People saw that their friends got involved. They might have gotten involved in horseshoes and bowling and that type of thing. But a lot of people here for the track and field events and doing a great job. In fact, some of the times we have for people are not that much different than a good high school athlete. Eat your heart out, high school athlete. A lot of the people here, like we said, are not only people that have done athletics before. Some of them saw a notice in the paper and decided, I'm going to get my butt off the couch. I'm going to go compete with everybody else. And while they're competing with everybody else, they're adhering to one of our basic tenets from Body Sense. And that is, it's not so much that your body deteriorates as you get older, it deteriorates more from inactivity. So we're going to meet some of those people today. Check. Check, Chris. Too much wind? I'll hold them closer.
Okay, go ahead.
We're here today with Teresa Grodsky, and you are?
I am the chair of the 6 counties.
In fact, you want me to say what she is?
Yeah, or she just didn't know how to answer that. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
My fault.
no.
My fault.
Now I know, right. Okay.
We're here today with the chairman of the Senior Olympics, Teresa Grodsky. Thanks very much. It's a beautiful event.
Yes.
You've been doing it.
Okay. That's easy.
3, 2, 1. We're here today at the Senior Olympics with the big boss, the chairman of the board, Teresa Grodsky. Now, how many people you have entered today?
Almost 600, 594 to be exact. So this is our second biggest year ever.
And the age ranges are what?
55. You have to be 55 to participate. I think our oldest participant is 89.
89, and what? Do you remember what event they participated in?
Basketball, free throw, golf. He's in a couple different events.
Wow. And you don't really have to be a star athlete to come out, correct, and compete?
Right, right. People really come out because, you know, they want to compete against themselves. They want to improve their times. They want to improve their scores. They like to see people that they've seen every other year. You know, they like to get together.
Now, we found that, even saw that a lot of the people that are running the races, some of them are way behind in everything else, but they're actually just competing against their own times, right?
That's right. That's right.
So what we're looking for is a group of people who would normally be sitting on a couch and can come out and compete with a good bunch of people. Now, how many times a year are these regionals run?
Well, in the state of Illinois, there's like 5 different regional events, and then the big one is in Springfield in September. So we're not affiliated particularly, but they cover pretty much the whole state of Illinois.
So will a good contingent of people from this event go down to the state event?
Mm-hmm, quite a few. The reason that this one was started, though, is because a lot of people didn't want to have the expense of going down to Springfield. They didn't have the time. They wanted to be able to compete regionally and not have to go down to Springfield in order to compete. So that's why the Six County Senior Olympics came into being.
Now, where would they, even during the year, if they want some more information, want to contact someone, who would they contact? Or
best bet is to call the Park Ridge Senior Center. That's where I am, 692-3597.
It's 708 area code?
That's right. And we can let you know when next year's event will be. We can put you on the mailing list.
Or even find out or give them a little information if they're from outside that area where a Senior Olympics may be in their area?
Right, although we do welcome people from anywhere in the state of Illinois. We sent entry forms down to Peoria, Champaign, you know, so anyone can come and participate.
Oh, so you're looking for ringers is what you're doing?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, a beautiful event. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
On, Chris. It's like that. And we also found one of our more attractive competitors, and your name is?
Vivian Plesny.
And what event did you compete in today, Vivian?
In the 3-mile run and the 400-meter and the race walking.
And that was just in one day?
Yes.
So you're finished with all your events?
No, I have swimming this afternoon.
You doing anything tomorrow?
Yes, biking and bowling.
Oh, so you're going to be a little active in the next couple of days. Now, to get ready for all this, do you work out 7 days a week?
No, I work out like every other day.
And you take a good day of rest between?
Yes.
And how long have you doing that?
About 10 years.
So how did you get started in it, just all of a sudden?
Well, my husband has been doing it about 25 years. And I used to go and watch him, and I started just little by little, walking and running, and just getting into it little by little.
Now, you told me something interesting today, too. You says your time is actually better than last year.
Yes. Yes.
So you find yourself just progressing, and a lot of people would think, well, if you get another year older, your time should be worse, but you find yourself progressing.
Yes, and when you get in, you kind of compete against yourself. You try and beat the time you had the time before, and just try and do a little better.
So even if you don't come out the number one person on a course in that day, you still beat your time, your own personal best.
That's right, and then I'm satisfied.
And that's what keeps you running next week.
Yes, yes.
Well, congratulations today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Teresa.
much.
Thank
Okay.
you. Good job. Good job.
Peggy Walt, who started a career in fashion. Nice to have you with us today.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Now, tell us about what you did before you started your business.
I've been in retail sales all of my life and started designing my own clothing when I was about 19 years old and continued that for a few years, but then got into the retail end of it and did that for a number of years, and then sold women's clothing. Then wanted to just felt that I could do a better service to my clients and decided I wanted to do this on my own. So I have a partner in California who handles the West Coast operations, and I take care of the East Coast.
And what is the name of your business?
Walt Dias Companies, and my partner's name is Dias.
All right. Now, do you have a store where women come to see your fashions?
No. All of our product is sold through our own consultants nationwide, and they sell through their own studio or office or home, whatever, however they want to set up their business.
So again, we see a kind of a personalized service for the customer.
Absolutely. We're totally a service-oriented business.
Now, Marcy just mentioned that they do a computer analysis for their clients and what colors they should use. And how do you approach each client?
Well, we approach it much the same as Marcy does from a color standpoint, but we also then approach it from a body proportion and body shape. So our first thing that we do usually is to evaluate the customer's shape and define to them what clothing styles work best for them. And all of our styles are broken down. We carry 63 styles. Everything's broken down into which category that our clothes fit in. So immediately we can tell a customer what will work for them that's in our line. And then we have 150 fabrics and colors that they can choose from. So they choose the skirt that works for them, the jacket that works for them, and the color that works for them.
Great. Now, who generally are your clients?
Our clients are people who are too busy to shop. And they're people who don't like to shop. If you've ever been in a fitting room that you can only take 3 garments in and then can't find anybody on the floor to exchange and get you another size, then you would really appreciate what we do. If you have a body problem that you need 6 inches added through the through the bust of a jacket, but the shoulders fit and the back fits and so forth, we do that for you. Everything is custom made so that we're able to take into consideration all the alterations in our cutting process. So we shorten hem lengths, skirt lengths, just do custom work.
Mm-hmm. Now it seems to me too that you would be able to put together a wardrobe where the pieces could be interchanged rather than buying one really nice outfit.
Right, and we can continue to build because we continue to carry the colors and the fabrics. So maybe even a year from now, if we still have some of the fabric left of a color that you would like, but we always build on our colors. Mm-hmm. When we buy new product, new fabric, we continue to build on our color schemes.
And was it difficult for you to get involved in fashion design?
Well, you know, when I started this company, if somebody had told me that I had to design, I probably would have quit then, because I didn't start this company to be a designer. But when I started trying to work with designers, I knew what my customer would buy, and I couldn't seem to get that result from the people I was working with. So I ended up designing by necessity. And then I found that it was a part of the business that I really, really like.
Now, how about the financial end of it? What do people need to look at when they're starting a business like this?
Capital. Most businesses are undercapitalized. Capital, I think, is probably the most important part, because you need to be able to figure out your method of marketing and somehow finance that. Mm-hmm. And in our particular business, the price of having any garment put into our line is somewhere between $350 and $500 per pattern. So it's an extensive investment, not to even speak of the fabric and notions and everything else that goes into the product.
Now, how did you find a financier for your business?
I financed it. My partner and I financed it ourselves.
Okay.
Now, how did you learn how to design the fashions that you now sell?
Well, you know, I used to hear people say, ask a designer, how do you know what pieces to design and all that? And I would hear these designers say, well, it just kind of comes to you. And I thought, oh, sure. Well, in fact, it really does. It's kind of an evolution sort of thing. You kind of have a feel for where you see things, styles going and fabrics that are being used. And I take classes about 2 years in advance of each line. So we're working on, you know, we're always working at least a year down the road, if not 2 years down the road, on colors and patterns and so forth. So you just kind of, there's lots of information out there, and you just make it a point to absorb all of that you can.
Has fashion changed in the last few years in that some of your styles are shorter, some are longer?
Oh, sure. If you notice the things that I brought today, I brought 3 different skirts, and all 3 of those skirts are a longer length, and all 3 of them have some sort of a split, still to show the leg. Mm-hmm. Even the pleated skirt has a split on the side, so that when you walk, you still see some leg. This particular one has a split in the front. So you're still, although you know the short skirts are still very much in, if you're going to wear a long skirt, make it very long with still some way to show some leg.
Mm-hmm. It seems to me that it used to be years ago, one length was in and you had to change all of your skirts to that length. And these days it seems that you see different lengths and people don't seem to worry about it anymore.
Well, I think we've come to the conclusion that there are certain lengths that look better on certain people, and everybody should wear that length that works best for them and not worry about the rest of it.
What are
So-
the new for spring? What would we be seeing, do you think?
Well, in our particular line, we do things so different than what you see in the store. Because we carry 150 fabrics, we have many color schemes because women have different skin tones, and so our lines are equally divided to accommodate all of those people. So one of our big colors for spring are going to be the purple line and lavenders and that sort of thing. But every color that you see here, we have other fabrics that work with that color. So that any color or fabric in our line, you can continue to work with and add other pieces to work with that. So to say that it's just a color scheme, black, white, and red, like some designers do, that's not the way we work it at all. We have 150 colors.
And I imagine by working so far ahead, you avoid trendy type things.
We try to stay away from trends because we consider our clothing an investment. And so what we try to do then is buy the jewelry, have the jewelry available to our customers, the scarves, belts, and so forth, that can give them the trendy look that they want, but it's not such a big loss when they decide to lay that aside and pick up something new that'll give it a newer look.
So the clothes that you buy, say we went into Walt Dias, you could wear, 10 years down the road,
Yes,
they would
that's our
still be
goal, is that they're clothes that
classic.
can be worn for 10 years.
Now, how do people contact you and what's the procedure?
Well, if people want to know, we do have consultants all over the country. If somebody's interested in finding out about being a consultant, or if they're interested in finding out about a consultant near them, if they would give me a call, it's area code 815-895-4078, and I would be happy to get that information to them.
Okay. Now, you are located in Sycamore, is that right?
I'm in Sycamore, Illinois, yes.
Now, if a lady comes into you, this is done in your home, am I correct?
We do it, actually, a consultant can set her business up anyway, just the way that Marcy talked about hers being set up. She can do it. We furnish the clothing for the consultant to set up a week's showing by invitation only, by appointment only. And so she, again, chooses the people that she wants to come and see and that she wants to work with and help. And so we work very much that same way.
Now, you've been in business a little over 6 years. What advice would you give to a woman who's thinking about starting a career of her own?
Do it. That's probably the biggest thing. I think just bite the bullet and do it. Maybe do some research in advance to make sure that your idea has merit and that there's a need for it. And I just think find a need and fill it.
Now, you went into a field that you had worked in previously. That's probably important to know what you're getting into.
Oh, I think that's very important to know what you're getting into, to have some idea at least. And I had somewhat of a marketing plan that I knew I could work with, and had some little advantages there.
Now, where do you see your company going in the future?
Well, our goal is to have 3,000 consultants in the United States within the next 10 years. And so we're working on doing that and into spreading all over the country. We have lots of room for growth in our company, lots of room for management positions, and so forth.
Well, it sounds exciting. We want to thank you for
It
visiting
is.
with us today and sharing.
Thank you.
And I want to wish everyone a very happy New Year and have a safe New Year's
Celebration,
Eve, right? And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
go with the radiation treatment, what does that involve?
The first thing that's done is the lumpectomy, and then the lymph glands under the arm are taken out, usually in a separate surgery. And then about 2 to 3 weeks later, after she's had time to heal, she'll go back for the radiation therapy. Now, the radiation treatment is given once a day, 5 days a week, for about 5 to 6 weeks. The daily treatment time is only about 10 minutes. During the treatment, the women don't feel anything happening. You don't see or feel anything happening, kind of like getting a chest x-ray. The first 2 weeks, most people don't even think they've been getting the treatment. Then after that time, you start to notice a bit of tiredness and some skin reactions like if you've been sitting out in the sun for a while. So your skin turns red, maybe dry and itchy, and may even peel like a sunburn right toward the end of treatment, the last week of treatment. And like a sunburn, those reactions heal pretty quickly within a few weeks. You're left with a tan that gradually fades over a few months. And what we find is that a year or two after the treatment, it's difficult to tell which side was treated for most women. If we ask them how they view the cosmetic result, 75 to 90% will say it's good to excellent. So for the most part, it's very difficult to tell which side was given the treatment a few years down the line.
How long would a woman have to go through radiation treatment?
The typical course would be 5 weeks, daily, Monday through Friday for five weeks. In some situations, we give an extra week or week and a half, but that would be it. The reason that we don't give it over a shorter period of time is because the radiation does cause some damage to the normal tissues, which your body can repair. But when we try to give it too fast, the damage causes a lot of scar tissue to form. And so that the cosmetic results are much worse when we do it that way.
Now, is there a follow-up of chemotherapy after the radiation treatment?
It may be given before, during, or after the radiation. Now, what we've been talking about mainly is treatment of the breast and the lymph glands under the arm. What we also need to consider is the possibility that a small bit of the tumor could break off into a blood vessel and travel somewhere else in the body. And that's not something we're going to be able to find easily on a chest x-ray or a CAT scan or a liver scan, because until the tumor is about a ½ inch in size, we can't find it on most of those tests, and that's billions of cells. So what we found is that by giving extra treatment that goes to the rest of the body, and that's either with chemotherapy drugs or hormone therapy, that we can reduce the risk of the breast cancer coming back somewhere else. Now, the chemotherapy treatment has changed considerably over the past 20 years as well. There are different kinds of drugs that are given now that have fewer side effects, and so a woman may be able to tolerate the chemotherapy much better than, say, if her mother had chemotherapy 20 years ago. And the second advance that we've had is that in women who have certain characteristics of the tumor that we usually find in women past the age of menopause, usually past age 50, those tumors are often responsive to a hormone therapy. And the hormone therapy is a pill you just take twice a day, and it's very effective at reducing the risk of the breast cancer coming back and has very few side effects.
Okay. So is chemotherapy a regular option after radiation therapy?
Well, there should be basically a team approach to the management of breast cancer. And you have to consider not only treatment of the breast, but treatment of the rest of the body. And for women who have even a small risk of having disease spread to somewhere else in the body, then chemotherapy is usually discussed. Now, that may not be done. I mean, the patient may decide not to have the chemotherapy, but it should at least be discussed. For the women who have very, very early breast cancers, the kind that you can find on a mammogram that hasn't even spread outside of the duct where it started, those women usually would not receive any extra treatment after the local treatment to their breast, so they wouldn't receive hormone therapy or chemotherapy. But for most other women who have an invasive breast cancer, then chemotherapy may be a good option. There were some studies done in this country and Europe as well looking at the benefit of giving chemotherapy, even in women who don't have anything in the lymph glands under the arm. And there is some improvement in the survival of the groups that are given chemotherapy. It's a small benefit. There's a bigger benefit in terms of making sure the breast cancer doesn't come back.
Now, it sounds like mammography is your first line of defense, or early detection is the most effective thing you can do to give yourself a better chance of surviving breast cancer.
Exactly, because at that time the breast cancer can be treated with much less treatment. And you may be able to just have a biopsy to take out the abnormal area, and that's it.
Some studies you said have been done that show diet may have something to do with it, but there really is no conclusive evidence.
It's controversial. In cardiovascular disease, heart disease, and in colon and rectal cancer, there's a definite association of diet, high-fat diet, with an increased risk of disease. In breast cancer, there are some studies that suggest there is also an association with a high-fat diet and breast cancer. Certainly, obese women have a higher risk of breast cancer. But there have also been other studies that don't show that correlation, so that's a bit of a controversy. It won't hurt to change your diet so that it's a lower fat diet. Certainly that'll help with other areas like heart disease and colorectal cancers, and it may help with breast cancer as well.
Okay.
And there are a lot of studies being done to help find cures for cancer. And in fact, I think I heard this morning that there was a new drug that they're testing that will help after it's been detected and after, but nothing yet to prevent cancer.
Well, there actually is a prevention trial going on currently through the National Surgical Adjuvant Breast Project looking at the drug tamoxifen. That's an anti-estrogen hormone therapy that we use in treating breast cancer. And that's being given to women who are at high risk of breast cancer. That is a trial that will probably take 5, 10, or 15 years to figure out whether it prevents cancers. But we know that in women who have one breast cancer who receive tamoxifen, their chance of getting a cancer in the opposite breast is much reduced compared to women who don't take this drug. So that may be a promising area. That may be a drug that in 5 years is given to women who are at high risk for developing a breast cancer.
I want to thank you for being with us today.
Thank
It's been interesting, and of course, as we said, mammography seems to be the first line of defense or self-breast examination and early detection. And most hospitals, I'm sure this month in October being National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, are offering special programs for mammographies. Copley Hospital is, I can give you that phone number. Their number is 844-1030, extension 3160. I imagine if you're not near Copley Hospital, one of the hospitals near you is also offering special programs for mammographies.
Right, and on Monday we're going to continue this discussion with a support group in the local area who are working to help women who have been diagnosed with breast cancer.
Until then, we'll see you next time.